We've been informed that the 5 passengers were questioned by police and then released shortly after. So for now, it seems that the whole ordeal may have simply been a false alarm. You'll find a few cigarettes here and there, but not a single ashtray. It's located in the ceiling of the high school, far from where children interact. They've been working for the past week to prepare for the storm. If you take a look behind me, good deals as well as some hidden treasures. A terrible car accident left David Busgo paralyzed from the chest down. No leaders to drain water off the roof and into these pipes, which is usually one of the biggest culprits when it comes to energy loss. Take a look above me. An emergency strategy for what some say is inevitable, a natural disaster hitting the Northeast. Len, we had a lull in the rain for a short while, but it was too good to be true. As you look around me, it's coming down harder than ever, and it's been pretty consistent throughout the day, taking a toll on the roadways. I'm standing right now on Route 17, and both sides, northbound and southbound, are completely closed off. Only a little while ago, we had DOT officials pumping water out of the road. They just left because they said it wasn't worth it anymore. A high tide had come in, and pumping water wasn't doing any good. Now, if we took a look at this video on another portion of 17 that's also blocked off in Hasbrook Heights, cones and roadblocks are not an uncommon sight tonight as drivers are forced to find alternative routes to their destinations. So far, at least 16 roadways partially or totally closed off due to flooding. Police and emergency personnel will continue to be out in full force throughout the duration of the storm, a storm the state says they've been preparing for over a week.
You know, New Jersey officials happy with a storm like this.
Now, down power lines and road closures are making a tough situation even worse. And now we've got some thunder and lightning coming in, so the advice, stay off the road, stay home, and stay safe. Well, Len, they are 8 very lucky passengers. That's because according to the FAA, all 7 of the passengers and the pilot survived the crash without any serious injuries. Onlookers say the sound was deafening.
The noise was, you know, so high that I thought I was going to get hit by whatever was coming.
It happened just before 5 p.m. on Saturday. The FAA tells us the Liberty sightseeing helicopter took off from Manhattan. 8 people were on board when it came down just 50 yards north of the Lincoln Tunnel, right into the Hudson River. William Morrell says he could see the pilot trying to stabilize the helicopter.
When he found the water, the helicopter started spinning around, without any control, and one of the propellers in the back, it broke.
The helicopter was kept afloat by inflatable pontoons. Witnesses say private boats immediately approached the scene to help pull passengers out of the river. Within minutes, rescue teams arrived.
As soon as I saw it, I figured somebody was going to die in that one, but God must be in a good mood today.
Chelsea, there are definitely some strong opinions when it comes to this ban. There are no ashtrays in sight. You'll find a few cigarettes here and there, but not a single ashtray. The owner tells us that early this morning, she threw every single ashtray out shortly after the smoking ban went into effect.
It has been a bit of a problem. My customers are not happy. A lot of them are going outside to smoke, which they think is very inconvenient. But then again, on my hand, which I don't smoke, it really is good for other people who don't smoke in the bar.
Now, customer opinion is varied depending on whether you speak to someone inside enjoying the smoke-free air or a smoker that has no choice but to stand outside.
I think the law is kind of hypocritical, to tell you guys honest truth. Why could they smoke in the casinos? What makes them so much different?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, I'm 6 months pregnant, and I'm here with my husband. I could come in, hang out, and not have to worry about, you know, the smoke and breathing that in. It's great.
Well, there is a possibility of this law becoming even more extensive. State lawmakers are considering enacting a law that wouldn't allow anybody to smoke within a 25-foot radius around any bar affected by the law. Hello, I'm Hanan. Here's what's making news around southwestern Connecticut. In Bridgeport, 6 people are out of their home this morning after a fire ripped through 979 Maplewood Avenue yesterday. Fire officials are still investigating what caused the fire. They say it was mostly contained in the 3rd floor. No injuries were reported. A Bridgeport man has been sentenced to 50 years in prison for stabbing his ex-girlfriend to death. In June of 2004, Kelly Lombard's body was found in her apartment on Priscilla Street in Bridgeport. Her ex-boyfriend, Edwin Cabrera, now convicted, won't be eligible for parole until the year 2049.
Thousands of people turned up at Fairfield Ludlow High School last night to fight cancer by walking. Around 180 teens took turns walking laps around the school's track in the 7th annual Relay for Life. All money raised will go to the American Cancer Society. We'll have a look at the weekend forecast in 1 minute.